After the disappointment of last episode, we have to pick ourselves up, take those rivalries in our hands, and run away with it and hope that we can go into this pay-per-view in better form than what we came into the last one with. But there's only one way to find out if we can do that. Let's run the intro. Hello everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome to Tag Team Turmoil, where Raw are yet again running away with it. They're still running away with it, and not only in fans but also in budget even more. I know I said that in the last episode, but the budget difference is absolutely ridiculous right now and I don't know how to solve it. We apparently need to try and schedule a run-in, and we also need to try and give Xavier Woods a title shot in the next 3 weeks. I wonder whether we could give them a tag team title shot. That might be a way we can... We'll see what we can do, actually. Because he never said a singles title shot, so maybe we can con our way out of it. We'll look at the free agents. We can't buy anyone, and it's just disappointing. We can get Dolph Ziggler, we can get Montez Ford if we had money, but we do not have money. Right, so here are the logistics that we are going through today. So we're going into the Thunderdome to get those ticket prices. We need them so desperately. Then we got the Gorilla Crew, Advanced Lights, and Viral campaign. We can't really afford to upgrade any, so we're just not, like, we're going to keep some money in the bank. I know it's not much money, but we're going to try and keep some money in the bank just so we can up that money a little bit more, so then we can actually spend it on something that's going to be useful rather than a little boost. Maybe we can get a big boost down the line, and I'd rather spend the extra money on getting some extra fans into the building and getting those ticket prices, because it's such a big difference between the Capital Wrestling Center and the Thunderdome. I did not realize how big of a difference it was, but it is a big difference. As for the show, we've got Sasha Banks versus Natalya in a tables match. We've got a call out by Shayna Baszler on Naomi. Then we've got Fabian Eichner versus Shelton Benjamin yet again. We've got an advertising promo by Naomi. Then in the mid-card, we've got Chad Gable versus Ivar. It's a throwaway match. The only person that really we could use was Chad Gable, so we put him against our most popular face and hoping it results in a decent match, enough where, you know, it's not a terrible rating. Then we've got a South promo by Otis just to up his popularity that little bit, and then we're giving it Xavier Woods his title match. In a TLC match, it will be the New Day versus RK Bro, and Robert Roode is going to spoil the party. Is going to spoil the party for Kofi Kingston. That's the aim. That's what we're doing. I'm bloody hoping that it works, because I'm not actually too sure whether it's going to work. So let's get into the show. Here we go. Sasha Banks versus Natalya for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Who's going to come out on top? It's Natalya. She wins the title back in a 3.5-star match, and it grows the rivalry, so that can be blown off at the pay-per-view now. That is perfect. Then we've got Shayna Baszler calling out Naomi. Hopefully this works. It does, and it grows the rivalry. That can be paid off at the pay-per-view. Perfect. Then we've got Fabian Eichner versus Shelton Benjamin, just in a normal match. Hopefully it works out nicely. Fabian Eichner gets the victory in a 2.5-star match. The rivalry didn't grow. That's absolutely fine by me, because we got more than enough for the pay-per-view, and it just gives us a decent match. Then we got Naomi in an advertising promo, which, it drops her popularity by quite a bit, but it gives us money. That's what matters. It gives us money. Then we got Chad Gable versus Ivar in a singles match. Chad Gable gets the victory, which is brilliant for him, in a 2-star match. Not so great for us. Otis in a South promo, only ups by 1. This main event needs to pay off, because it's not been the greatest show in the world. What does it come to, and who wins? RK Bro win. That's what we wanted. And it's a 4.5-star match. Get in. Come on. And Rude and Kingston have their rivalry grow. Come on. That main event is absolutely perfect for us. It might help. It might help. It was good booking by us. It might help. Raw, hold off for a minute. Raw, hold off. Don't be idiots. Don't be idiots and beat us. Omos and Brock Lesnar versus R-Truth and John Cena. R-Truth and John Cena win yet again in a 3.5-star match. That's the exact same as what we had. That's fine. Then we've got a call out by Cameron Grimes and Damian Priest. It grows that rivalry to a level 1. Austin Theory versus Apollo Crews in a singles match, in a tables match. The opener was also a tables match. That was a 3-star match, as was worse, but that's fine. Self promo for Damian Priest, perfect. Roderick Strong versus Pete Dunne. Roderick Strong has a lot of popularity right now. And he wins again, but this time in a 2-star match. That's fine. Now, the main event is the women's tag team titles are on the line. Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch versus Indy Hartwell and Lacey Evans. Who's going to come out on top? It's Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. And what's the match rating? 3.5 star. We might win. We might win. We've got a chance. We've got a chance of winning here. You know, they beat us in that mid-card by just so little, but we beat them in the main event by a full 1. I think we're going to win popularity-wise. But as you can see, there's a bunch of level 3 rivalries in the women's anyway. And then the men's title match is grown to a level 2, and we've still got 2 more weeks to grow that to a level 3. So that's fine by me. And then I think Riddle versus Ivar is another one that's already there. So we've got a few that are already there, which is absolutely perfect for us. So we're going to be fine for the pay-per-view, which is good to see. On their end, they're starting off a lot of rivalries, which is good to see because we're blowing a few off and we're growing a few. I think long-term, we've got this. I have a feeling we might have this long-term. So, how many fans do we gain? 57,000, not as good as last week. But we gain 127,000 dollary dues. That is exactly what we need because that means we can buy people. I'm definitely going with the Thunderdome from now on because the money we just got from that was absolutely ridiculous. 147,000. It was the stadium that we needed, so that's fine. We've got that. Woods and Kofi are an incredible tag team, and Woods and Orton are both good at TLC matches. That is really good to know on the road to TLC, isn't it? Really good to know when both of them will be in a match at that pay-per-view. Likelihood will be in a match at that pay-per-view. That is perfect. 57,000. We're still ranked number 2, and we do get a house spa for doing a run-in on our champion. 57,000. Do we beat them? 57,000. I think they beat us. I think they still beat us. How do you beat us every goddamn time? Money-wise, though, we gained a lot, and we're on a similar level now, you know, money-wise, which is good to see because that means that they don't have such an advantage on us. Maybe we could up that show quality a little bit more, but that's fine. That's fine. We're improving. We're getting there. We are still second, but as you can see, the money is closer, and there's only 40,000 in it. If we pull off this pay-per-view, we're gonna do brilliantly if we pull this pay-per-view off, which I have a feeling we might do. And we do have a new champion in Natalya now, so that rivalry is kind of going the way I want it to because I don't really want the title with Sasha Banks and Naomi. I want it with Natalya to then pass it off to someone else. So fingers crossed that all works out for us. But we've got to look at our emails. We are 2 weeks away from the pay-per-view. Hey, my contract at Smackdown is up at the end of the week. That's Fabian Eichner. It is up at the end of the week. For 60k, I'll be willing to stay. How about 42k? Because we're struggling money-wise. Not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. See you next week. Thank you very much, Fabian Eichner. So Fabian Eichner stays. It's a moderate decrease to his morale, but that's fine. We can up people's morale if we need to. I appreciate the title shot. So we didn't need a singles title shot. That's really useful, actually, to use. It's good to know I've got a boss that keeps their word. Of course I do, and I keep it very quickly as well. I wasn't able to take the goal home, but that's my fault. That's fine. Riddle. Listen, I'm not feeling physically 100% right now. I don't mind pain, but I don't want a serious injury. Is it okay if I take 2 weeks off? Tell you what, take a week off at the house spa. How about that? I could do that to you. Thanks, boss. I appreciate it. Get in. That's fine by me. Take a week off at the house spa. I can do that. So I think I would have used the power card that I had. That's really useful to know. I didn't even know they could do that. But that's really good to know. And apparently we need to schedule a run-in on one of our champions for a free crew booking, which could be very useful for the pay-per-view. But looking at our roster, Riddle's busy at the moment. But looking at our roster, we've got a lot of really high popularities here. We do have a couple below 60, but they're in the women's at the moment. But all of the men are above 60, which is exactly what we want to see. And rivalries-wise, Ivar and Riddle's rivalry is ready to be done. Natalya and Sasha Banks is ready to be done. Naomi and Shayna Baszler is ready to be done. And Kofi and Robert Roode will probably be done. So there's a few rivalries that we can blow off at the pay-per-view, which is good to see. And I wonder whether we will be able to get a tag team one in there. I don't think we will be able to, or maybe we can try and sneak one in. That's it for this episode. We didn't necessarily manage to beat them, but we are well on our way now. We're understanding how to get money. We're understanding how to put on the best shows. This next pay-per-view is going to be really good, and then we can move on from there, and it'll be really interesting to see what we can do. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, comment anything down below, and if you're new here, please do subscribe for more stuff like this, and I shall see all of you in the next video. See ya! We're getting there. We're on our way, people. We're on our way.